Official FPL prices have been revealed for 4 massive players in FPL: Florian Wirtz, Alexander Isak, Ait Nouri and Jordan Pickford. In today's video, I'm going to give you my opinion on these player prices coming into the new season. So let's jump straight into today's price reveal video. Now, when I woke up this morning, I didn't exactly understand why FPL sent me a WhatsApp message asking if I wanted player price reveals. Yeah, a bit of a weird one, but we all voted for which players we wanted to see and their prices for the coming season. And we've got 4 massive players in today's video, and we're going to discuss what we think about their prices. Just before we do so, of course, I'm going to be making loads of content this FPL season and especially through pre-season to help you guys get ready for game week 1. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel and of course like today's video. The like goal for today's video is 30 likes. Let's see if we can hit that for today. Now, the first player we're going to speak about is Alexander Isak, with a massive increase from 8.5 million all the way up to 10.5 million. Now, I do think this is incredibly fair, and I think it's quite sensible what FPL have done today with some of the player price reveals. I really predicted Isak's price to be at 10 million. I didn't think they would push it too much, but 10.5 million still, I think, is pretty fair. We have to look at some of the stats to kind of understand if this is correct, and I really think it is. You know, 23 goals, 6 assists in the Premier League. When we consider he scored 1 more goal than Erling Haaland, and Erling Haaland's one of the best goal scorers in the entire world, 10.5 million kind of does seem cheap, but it's not. I think this is perfectly priced for Alexander Isak. Of course, we had that kind of transfer saga with him, Ekitike and Liverpool. I think that's kind of settling down now, although Isak wasn't spotted in their pre-season fixture against Celtic, where they lost 4-0. Eddie Howe still reassures us that he's going to remain at Newcastle, and he's quite happy at Newcastle, which I kind of think we all expected anyway. So 10.5, first player, Alexander Isak. I think it's pretty fair pricing. Next, we have Jordan Pickford at 5.5 million, and the reaction I've seen to this man's price, I really just don't understand. I can understand their point of view and how they're looking at it, but I think they're looking at it completely wrong. Jordan Pickford, I don't think's overpriced at 5.5 million, and please just hear me out with this one. If you take away that little Everton badge next to his name and kind of just show how many FPL points he's scored in recent seasons, it starts to make sense. He can't keep sort of being priced as this cheaper goalkeeper and then coming at the top of the leaderboard every single season, pretty much, for sort of the best goalkeeping points. Last season, Jordan Pickford, you can see there, scoring the most FPL points for a goalkeeper. We then look at the next season back, again, top goalkeeper, the best goalkeeper you could have picked in FPL the previous season to last season. So yeah, I don't think you can really ignore the fact that he's been the top scoring goalkeeper for the last 2 seasons, and for him to be priced at 5 million, it really just doesn't make sense from a points perspective in FPL. If you're looking at it through the lens of he plays for Everton, he should be only 5 million, yeah, I kind of get that, but look, if he's scoring all these points, he should be priced accordingly, and 5.5 to me makes sense. Let me know in the comments if you disagree with me. I'm completely fine if you do, but 5.5 for me, it just feels completely fair for Jordan Pickford. This was the only price we got today where I kind of thought maybe FPL have missed on this one. I fully expected Ait Nouri to be 5.5 million. It just made sense to me on the surface of things. 6 million. I don't really know. I still haven't quite made my mind up whether I like this price or whether I don't. And I think it's got a lot to do with the fact we'll be probably playing Pep Roulette for the majority of the season. And I think this guy could be part of a rotation. If he locks the position down as that left back, he's probably going to be absolutely fantastic from an FPL point of view. I mean, in the Premier League, 4 goals, 7 assists, playing for Wolves. Yeah, obviously we know he's a good player, and to be playing in a much better squad in City, maybe that helps his price rise that little bit more. So maybe I'm starting to convince myself that he's worth 6 million, but until we see he's a solid starter for Manchester City, I can't quite get behind it yet. I don't know what it is. Maybe you guys in the comments need to convince me that Ait Nouri is worth 6 million, but yeah, from 4.5 million now up to 6 million just feels like a bit too much of a jump. 5.5 for me would have set perfectly, and you know, you could have took that risk if he's maybe not a starter for every single game week, but 6 million, is it quite worth it? I suppose we'll have to wait and see in the future, but 6 million for Ryan Ait Nouri. Now, lastly, probably the one you've been waiting for, Florian Wirtz at 8.5 million. Now, I'm not saying immediately that he's underpriced and that they've made a massive sort of error at 8.5, but I maybe expected him to be 9 to 9.5. If they put 9.5 there, I would have held my hands up and said, yeah, completely fine. 8.5, it does seem cheap at first glance. It really does. But I suppose we'll have to wait and see how he performs in this new Liverpool side. Of course, if we kind of look on FootMob at his Bundesliga season last season, of course, playing 31 matches, starting 25 of those, 10 goals, 12 assists, with a pretty good overall rating for the season. Yeah, it's hard to gauge really how he's going to impact this Liverpool side. We know he's a young, exciting player. We've watched him play for Germany. We've watched him play for Leverkusen. And the flair, the technique, it really is all there. He passes the eye test with flying colours. But as an FPL asset, is he going to hit the ground running straight away for Liverpool? It's extremely hard to tell. Of course, we kind of had the trap last season where, or the season before even, I can't quite remember, when Christopher Nkunku joined Chelsea. I mean, he made that little impact when he joined. I can't even remember what season he joined. So maybe it's a trap similar to Nkunku. Of course, we know Nkunku was very low priced, and that was kind of the draw of going for him, being that sort of enabler player that we thought he was going to be, and he just wasn't. I think it is different with Florian Wirtz. You know, it's a lot of money to spend on a transfer for someone to sit on the bench. He is going to start, I assume, and I guess he's going to take Szoboszlai's position. Yeah, there's a lot of sort of if, buts and maybes about Florian Wirtz and where he's going to play, how he's going to adapt to the Premier League, but we all know he's exciting, he's young, he's raw, he's going to bring technical ability and flair to the Premier League. 8.5, I think it's quite fair. I do think it's quite fair. Kind of, the more I speak about these price reveals and sort of my opinions on them, the more the prices do make sense. I do think it's maybe 0.5 too cheap, and I think a lot of people will kind of move towards him in their first game week 1 drafts, but overall I think it's pretty fair for Florian Wirtz, 8.5 million. As always, to outro my videos, I like to give you guys at home a massive thank you for supporting the FPL Mogs YouTube channel. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure you click that like button, and if you aren't yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel for future FPL uploads and deadline streams when the season starts. So yeah, that is everything for today's video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.